funding is very important. I mean, without funding, you can't really do much. What specific argument will be used at the county, state, and the federal level to secure the necessary funding for all these good things you're talking about?
The question was around funding. I think he said that you
Oh,
have.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was asking what specific argument will you use to secure funding for all these good things you're talking about? Without funding, you can't really do much. And budget is shrinking. So,
Sure.
I mean, it's a battle I have to go through with my kids' school to get what to do. And what argument will you use?
One of the things I'd like to see us do, because you're right, the money is budgets are shrinking faster than our needs. One of the things I'd like to see us do for particular programs that we come up with, special education programs and special education programs and very specific things, we should be seeking private funding. We should not be depending for every dollar that we need for special education, that we need for any program in the Howard County Public Schools, to come from the public budget. It's not going to cover everything, and we should be soliciting. There's so much private money out there, grant money, for educational purposes, and I don't know that we are behind for any of this. And we should be.
30 seconds. Yeah, we're going to keep going.
It's my turn in.
Yes.
I would encourage you to go to my website. It's listed on my brochure, so it's only in 30 seconds. I'm the only candidate that's actually put together a plan to figure out how I'm going to pay for the ideas that I have. It's called 6 Innovations in 4 years. Having been privileged of serving the operating budget review committee the past couple of years, I've had a chance to get to know that budget pretty well. And out of a $675 million budget this past year, I can carve out about $80 million out of it. And not only take care of the pension costs that are going to be grandfathered and coming down to local school systems, but I can also make the investments in the things that I propose. That's a realistic approach to one of those kinds of look at.
I would make sure that our classroom and classroom supports remain sacred when it comes to budget decisions, tying budget decisions to student achievement and those programs that are proven to raise student achievement. We need to keep our student-to-teacher ratio as low as possible. Make sure that we have instructional assistants, additional adult support members, special education, instructional supplies, and resources available for those students to be successful.
One of the things that is a pet project of mine is to try to eliminate the knee-jerk reaction that whenever there's something that you want to improve, that it's going to cost money. There are a lot of the things that we have all struggled with were things that could be accomplished with training and attitude adjustments that would not have cost any additional funding. But for the things that would cost money, I personally propose that we would change around some of our expense items so that our aides are better trained, or that we hire a different. Is that been 30 seconds already? Yeah, I thought I had more time since it was twice as long.
So I'll finish it then. We hire a different. Yeah, I think it's important. I sat on the budget committee for 3 years. 1 year I served as co-chair. I think it's important for us to look at all of our programs across the board and have people on the board who are sensitive to the needs of the entire community, so that as we are designating where the dollars go, because they're going to be tight, that as we're considering all of the needs of all of our students and all of our families and making sure that the balance is there for everyone.
I don't think there's anything more sacrosanct in our budget than special ed budget. One thing that special ed is going for is that there are regulations that prescribe exactly the type of services we have to provide, therefore we have to fund them. I think if you look at our budgets for the last 2 or 3 years, for the most part, it's been averaging $30 million for special ed. We've run short at least 1 or 2 of those years, and we have been able to move funds from other categories into it to cover the shortfall. But again, this is probably the most significant item as far as
think it's a great question. As the campaign began, I was the first candidate that talked about that we can be fiscally responsible and control spending and also ensure the quality of education in the classroom. And we can do that. The board found $4 million to give back to the county executive last year. We have the funds, we have the ability. If you elect me on the board, I will handle and be fiscally responsible because I remember it's your dollar that we're spending. And we'll ensure quality education and make sure that it's fully funded and that you don't have to pay the burdens of that.
Okay, first, we cut costs in a lot of areas. We saved from an energy retention program $135,000. We got BGE and rebates of $200,000. We reduced our energy from this year's budget because of savings last year of $1.5 million. We sent $3.8 million to the county so that the county could then meet this year's budget and make the bill or the law for maintenance of effort. However, the data shows the kids are not succeeding, then we fund where the kids are not succeeding. That's my argument.